Hey, it's the Forward Playboy.
And my Playboys Bunny.
Welcome to our podcast where we discuss pickup, game, relationships,
And sex.
And so what we're going to be talking about today is the number one rule for dating over 40.
Yeah.
And this pertains to men who have divorced, late 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s.
Yeah.
There's a secret that nobody tells you about that everybody discovers down the road, usually.
Sometimes too late.
Yeah. And that's for you to date younger.
Yeah.
Immediately.
From the get-go.
And what keyed me into this was after I had divorced, I only looked at women close to my wife's age, 42, 43, 2 or 3 years younger than me.
Yeah.
And I was out, and this girl that I'm talking to says, yeah, I'm here or whatever. She goes, but my husband's out. She goes, with some little girl 20 years younger than him, some cheerleader, And I was like, man, that sounds really good. I remember literally, I was thinking, can she even tell? Because my whole continence
I bet
changed.
your entire face.
I just remember, I was looking at her and I thought, I completely left my body.
Yeah.
I was like,
You're like, I'm here with this
I'm here
girl
with
who's
you.
3 years younger than me, and he's
Yeah.
here with he's
out there with a girl that's 24.
20 years younger.
Yeah. And I'm like,
that
that sounds like a lot better than this. I did it. From that point on, I kind of got it. You know what I mean?
I bet that date pretty much blew after that.
I did. I was not attracted to her after that. It's
No,
really bizarre.
because then she suddenly looks very old,
She
too.
looked very, yes. All of a sudden, literally, the whole thing changed.
Yeah. So we suggest for most men, 40, 50, 60 and beyond, 10 to 15 as a general rule, years younger. When you're entering the dating pool, it just makes everything better.
And there's multiple points. Number one is, when you got married, you were 22, she was 20. And now, that's what you're used to.
Sure.
And so you think that that's normal. The thing is that women, once they hit 40, then up,
Yeah.
you are their peer.
It's not good.
And they hate their peers.
Yeah.
You remind them of their ex-husband, every boyfriend that's burned them since their divorce.
Yeah.
Every bad experience they've had, bosses that are your age, any negative, and she also sees you as a peer. Therefore, there's no
Respect.
Yeah, you're just another schlub.
Yeah.
You're her. Oh, I know all these guys.
Yeah.
Because she's done nothing but spend her whole life with guys your age.
Yeah.
So she knows, or she thinks she knows.
Exactly.
And you can short circuit that by not even looking at her and not even entertaining her.
There's a reason that they become invisible.
You go find her younger sister or her oldest daughter.
I was going to say.
Yeah, 10 years, 15 years younger. And the good thing, and that's the key, it expands your pool, and the girls have 10 years less damage.
Yeah.
Or potential
10
damage.
to 15.
Yeah. They look way younger than 10 years younger than you. Because you haven't even entertained the thought.
And they give you more energy because they're younger, you feel younger. It's a win-win.
2, you don't have to change your approach like you would with when we say younger, meaning 21, 22, 23, which is a whole different game. This younger girl thing is more like your peers, women just off a little bit.
Yeah.
But what do you need to do? And Bunny, we this is our second round on this. This is the second time we're talking about this. One, don't mention the age gap.
No. She wants to date an older man. She doesn't want to date an old man. So you need to make sure that you're not talking about, well, where were you in 1984 when blah, blah, blah. Or, there's not a lot of comparison, because the more comparison you do about making light of the age gap, the more she kind of envisions you in diapers in a negative way and having to take care of you in the nursing home instead of having a hot older man to go out and do things with. she needs someone who enjoys adventure, who can keep up with her, and she actually will bring you more energy as well.
And two, you also need to up your game a little bit. You have to watch what how you're dressed. You got to clean up your hygiene. You can't have ear hair, nose hairs.
No old man stuff.
No old man stuff. Get a haircut. Update your wardrobe if you need to. You need to do all these things anyway.
Yeah.
If you're out back on the game. But you have to be the sharpest guy in your age group. You have to be in shape. So that's the first non-negotiable.
Sure.
Is you can be in the process of getting in better shape. But you have to be getting in better shape. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
You cannot have an old man body and attract women 10 to 15 years younger than you.
No.
That's the very first thing. But even that process, just by doing that, you'll feel better.
Yeah. Oh, so much better.
And that's the key, is just knowing, showing up with more energy, even if you have to fake it.
Yeah.
You can't be going to when she says dinner, you can't say, well, how about 5:30?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Because they'll laugh at you.
She means 8 or 9.
Yeah. Yeah. Because not 5 years earlier, she was going out at midnight.
Yeah.
They're getting in the shower at 10.
Yeah.
And you've been in bed for an hour.
Right.
So
exactly.
you have to know your audience.
Know your audience.
So start dating 10 to 15 years younger.
Yeah.
Don't even wait around on this. Don't work your way down.
No.
You'll be glad. Yeah, just jump in.
You'll find your happy spot. You'll find kind of that sweet number that tends to that they tend to be drawn to you. You tend to like kind of their energy and vibe and their experience level. And what I always say is, if you're 40 years old as a man, date, look 8 to 12, 15.
Yeah.
But if you're 60 years old as a man or older, you could be more like 15 to 20. So just depending on kind of where you are, what you look like how you carry yourself. If you still pass as someone 10 years younger than you, then you can definitely date far younger. I mean, there are different things. It's definitely a sliding scale, I would say.
And Bunny mentioned this earlier too. You'll feel better. You got to grow 10 years younger. And that's another thing that, just as a warning, because you're going to do this and it will work out. And Bunny's 10 years, 10, 11 years.
11.
Is like girls your own age, they don't like it. The guys admire it. They love it.
Well, your buddies will admire it, and your buddies' wives will be pissed off at you.
Exactly, because they don't want their husbands seeing you having a good time with a girl 10 or 15 years younger.
Yeah.
And quite often, it's just like this. And you kind of you don't have to warn your girl, but sometimes if you're taking to where everybody's kind of your age.
Yeah.
Just warn her that the wives might be a little cold. Hopefully they won't be.
Right.
You never know. And there might be some wives her age. But girls have not talked to Bunny before. They'll snub her. I'll say, hey, this is, Bunny, and they won't even look at you.
No, it's very strange.
No, it's weird. Because you're all in this room, but they're pretending she's not there. And it's common.
Yeah.
It's not like one or two crazy women.
But I always win them over, so it's not a big deal. But there are a lot of women who probably aren't as resilient to things like that.
It would mess them up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you want her to know why.
And you want to protect her in that, in those kinds of instances.
Just kind of prepare them. And this is down the road. But, some guys move faster than others.
Right. Oh,
and
for sure.
They'll take a girl on the third date,
to meet his family or to some friend function or whatever. Sure, absolutely.
But we noticed that 10-year spread seems to be the sweet spot.
Yeah.
For most people. And again, if you're closer to 60, your spread goes to 10 to 20 years.
It sure does. Sure does.
And a 60-year-old guy and a 40-year-old woman is a
hot
hot couple.
And then the 40-year-old gets to be the arm candy that she really wants to be.
And this doesn't end, because we had a 60-year-old client.
And she's 62, he's 80.
Yeah. And when we ever mentioned, hey, you should maybe date a little bit older, she'd get mad.
She would actually get PO'd at us.
And this guy came on the scene, and he's active, and he looks like
He looks her age.
Yeah, he looks like a Hollywood movie star.
Yeah.
And she was like, she left the country with him like 3 weeks later.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, girls, they respond to this well.
Oh, and don't think we haven't pointed that out to her too.
Yeah. So just know, women, I mean, and a 10-year spread at that age isn't even noticeable. You know, in your 40s and 50s with girls like late 30s or early 30s.
Well, I mean, it's noticeable. We just established that it's noticeable.
Yeah.
But it's not snubbed like if you were
No.
18 dating an 8-year-old.
No.
It's not the same thing.
No, it's not like dating a teenager or a college girl.
It's not gross. It's
No.
sexy.
Exactly. So that's our number one tip, because it expands your dating pool. You get to work with women that are more friendly, you know, less damage.
And they respect you more,
They
which is
respect
goes a long way.
More energy, more fun.
Yeah.
There's no downside.
No downside. We want you to win. So if you like this, please like, subscribe, share your comments down below. Share your stories.
Yeah. Tell us what's worked for you.
What's worked for you, when this has worked for you, and all of that. I actually love to read y'all's comments.
This is one of those things it's foundational.
Yeah.
And every time we hear something, I've never heard it go bad.
No.
It reinforces that this thing works.
Yeah.
Really well.
It's a good rule to have as your number one when you re-enter the dating pool.
That's a fact.
We want you to win. Bye.